everybody. Welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda, and I'm here with my brother, Eric.
What's up, everybody? We are here today, Season 8, Episodes 17 and 18 of Friends. We are here with the one with the tea leaves and the one... Oh, man, I've already forgot the episode title. Hold on. I didn't write it down. The one in Massapequa.
The one in Massapequa.
I was like about to say the one with Massapequa, and I'm like, that's not right. It's not with Massapequa. I'm like, the one with, the one with, the one with, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh no, this is different.
Yeah, and this title actually, when I was looking at it on our sheet where we like tabulate all the ratings and everything, I'm like, it just said in Massapequa because we don't put the beginning part of the title in. And I'm like, is that like this title just stands out on its own because it's not or with, it's just in Massapequa. And I don't know if that's the only one that's like that. I didn't end up looking back, but yeah. So it's, unique title and a very unique episode.
When I typed it in, I remember thinking, wow, that's kind of crazy, because the idea is our spreadsheet, I was just trying to save some space. There was no reason to type the one, and they're all the one, but the third word does change with the one where, the one in. So it starts on the third word. And I'm looking at it going, that's not right. Is that right? Yes, it is. The one in Massapequa is the name of the title. Crazy.
Okay. So not to get super nerdy and go off the rails here, but I just had to do a quick scan of the titles. And we just have, there's really only a handful that stand out. And it's really only, there is the one, now I already lost it. Hold on.
There are a couple ats in there.
Well, the one that really stands out is there's one that's just called 100th because it's the 100th episode.
That's right. Well, because it's called the 100th. It's their 100th episode. So it was the 100th. And that's it.
Oh, okay. And then there's In Vegas 1 and 2, and then After Vegas.
Yep.
And then the one on the last night, the one, is that
I think there's an at somewhere, the one at something.
And After I Do, I'm not seeing an at.
Maybe it was after. Maybe it's after that I was thinking of.
Yeah, there could definitely be, but I'm just seeing After, and then this is in. Yeah, so really only like less than. Yeah, it's just a handful of episodes that are slightly different so far, and we're in this, and we're at the end of season 8, people, right?
Yeah.
So we only have like 60 episodes left, which is wild.
I don't like to hear that.
Sadly, I know.
I don't want to hear that at all.
Not cool. I know. It's not good. But we are, I can't believe we already are at the end of, well, we're nearing the end of season.
Nearing the end.
I guess we're not. We still have several to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so these episodes, while we do have a celebrity episode here, as the one that we're talking about here, the one in Massapequa, it has Alec Baldwin, doesn't hit quite the same as a celebrity episode for me with Brad Pitt. I'm just going to come right out and say it. It's fine. No. It's funny, but I don't know. It's not as it isn't as rewatchable as some of the other celebrity episodes are, in my opinion, just because that he's an odd dude. I don't know about Alec Baldwin as the celebrity guest here. I don't know how you feel about it.
I think you and I are going to have very strong differing opinions on this. I will agree with you. He's no Brad Pitt. Okay. The Brad Pitt guest star is unmatched. And I remember I actually saw a Reddit post, as I tend to frequent the Friends Reddits, that were like, was Brad Pitt really any good during this episode? Was he really that excited? Like, he didn't seem like he was very good. And it's like, here's the thing. You have to remember what it was like at that, like saying that says to me, you're 16 and you didn't live through the like, you know, Brad and Jen like hype train that was at this time. The whole Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston like situation, them being together made that scene better. Like it made all of that amazing. And I look back on that when I watch that with that in mind. If you take that out, he's still great, but it's not, it doesn't have that like undercutting message that's going on. Like the fact that he hates her while they're married is unbelievable. Well, it's super funny.
I don't know. It's so funny that you say that because I kind of never think about that when I watch it. I'm just loving how he hates Jen. I don't know, just his whole character in that episode, and the fact that he and Ross like were best friends and they were nerds together, and then you're just looking at Brad Pitt now and all the guys are like, don't stand next to me, you know, like that whole deal. It's just funny. Like I just really liked his character on the show, Brad and Jen aside, but yeah, I guess there is that whole context as well for sure.
When you take him out, right, and you start looking at celebrity guest appearances that we have had throughout Friends in all the different seasons, right, going all the way back to the, you know, Julia Roberts and Jean-Claude Van Damme's of the world.
Sure.
And who is it? We had John Lovitz, Susan Sarandon. You know, we've had a long list of celebrity cameos, right? Alec Baldwin's character is so different and adds to the story where I feel like some of these other celebrities could have been played by almost anybody. And it's just the fact that they are a celebrity that makes it interesting. This guy brings something to this character brings something meaningful to the table. And that is this insane, wild, positive energy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think for me, put him in the same bucket. And this also kind of makes sense because I remember you liked his guest appearance more than I did as well. But I put him in the same bucket as like the Charlie Sheen when he came in and they had that episode where him and Phoebe were dating. And also I just found that like kind of, I don't know, just kind of, it's funny, but they're both just not my favorite comedians like in general. So although I did find Alec Baldwin really, really funny on 30 Rock, so I don't know.
Listen, I'm just saying his appearance here in Friends is fantastic. And I love, well, we'll get to the full episode, but there are scenes that I absolutely love
for sure
from that. And it's because he brought that character to life, you know? It could have been somebody else that they put in that role, but he did such a good job with it. I would put his celebrity appearance on the higher end of celebrity appearances in Friends.
And I forgot that he first appeared at the end of episode 17, the one with the tea leaves.
He's in both of these.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
He
just
shows
for a
up. Moment, but yeah.
He shows up. He shows up.
So
do you want to run down last week?
Yeah. So just as a reminder of where we left things off last week, we had Chandler and Monica watching the birthing video that Phoebe left at their place for Rachel to have for some reason. Mona was breaking up with Ross.
Oh, Mona.
Finally, although we do get more Mona.
We're not done with Mona yet. We're not done with Mona yet.
We're not done with Mona. We had Joey confessing his feelings for Rachel to Ross, and then Joey confessing his love directly to Rachel. And we also had Phoebe believing a guy that she was dating was actually Monica's soulmate. So all that was happening as well. But yeah, the big moment was really Joey confessing his love to Rachel. And that's kind of where in today's first episode back, we kind of pick up all this new awkward tension that is now between Joey and Rachel.
Boy, is it. And this one is, this is obviously season 8, episode 17, the one with the tea leaves. And in this one, the Rachel Joey stuff that we were just mentioning is getting crazy because Rachel decides that she needs to get Joey to talk to her and presents him with a problem. And that problem being that her boss wants to buy the baby.
Yes, Rachel.
We also have Ross trying to retrieve a pink shirt from Mona's that he left there, although he believes it is salmon. And Phoebe, after reading tea leaves at Central Park, has determined that she is about to meet the man of her dreams. And so, Amanda, we didn't really talk about this before the episode, so let's just do it here. Where do you want to start here?
I mean, I love hearing Phoebe talk about the tea leaves. It just made me realize, yes, Mike is going to be showing up soon because I feel like that's really what the tea leaves were telling her. I don't think the tea leaves are wrong. I just think that they're misguided she is misreading the quickness that these tea leaves are referring to. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm excited for when Paul Rudd joins the cast.
Oh, well, who isn't? But I do like the fact that Phoebe reads the tea leaves, sees that she's going to meet the man of her dreams very soon, and just immediately starts looking around the coffee shop for who is this guy.
Hey, how soon is soon, right?
Although, to be honest, she read all the girls' tea leaves. She sees the ladder in Monica's tea. She's like, well, that could be a promotion or a violent death.
A violent death.
And Monica's like, well, I can't be promoted. I'm the head chef. Okay, let's move on. And it's like, whoa.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow.
Meanwhile, Rachel, she is either going to have a baby or make a great scientific discovery.
Okay.
And she's like, well, I have been spending some time in the lab. Right. And of course, now we have Phoebe, who's going to meet the man of her dreams very soon, only to see this weird stalker guy, apparently.
Yeah, because Chandler pointed out he noticed a guy like checking her out, and then she's realizing, oh, this is the guy that I've been seeing around everywhere. And then she ends up bumping into him at the magazine stand, although we do know Phoebe does have a track record of liking stalkers, so
this would be the third.
Yeah.
This would be the third one.
Yeah, this is not great. And this guy, oh my God.
I think she sees, well, hold on. Let's take this one step at a time. I think the stalker of it all, I think Phoebe translates this into finding someone who's very passionate about something and stands on the construct of maybe I can fix this.
Absolutely. Maybe I think he's just misunderstood. That's a lot of it, right?
And she probably associates with being misunderstood.
Yes. Yeah, and I think, he is just passionate. He clearly is into me. He's a little bit weird. I mean, listen, I get it, Phoebe, okay? Okay, I get it, but you're taking things too far. And this guy, she quickly realizes, and I don't know, anyone who's been on many blind dates in their life might understand and relate to this a little bit. You quickly realize this guy's nuts. Okay, he maybe seemed a little bit cute and quirky at first. No, he's just straight up not okay. Do you like to party? You're a wild one, aren't you? I wrote down some of the stuff he said. It's like, oh my God. It's like, and Phoebe's saying to him, the universe just wants us to be together. So, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And he then goes on to say that he writes erotic novels for children, yeah, they're wildly unpopular. Wow. I mean, that is
she was like,
oh,
on the erotic novels, she was like, oh. And it's like, for children. Oh. Like, oh man, what in the world are we talking about?
And then he has a PhD.
Yeah.
A pretty huge, and then that's
sure
when Phoebe just
Phoebe's like, all right,
and
just
runs. Yeah.
takes off. Oh goodness. Listen.
Wow. Yeah.
This guy, Phoebe had so much patience to even make it as long in that conversation as she did. Like, she gave him multiple outs. Like, was like, hey, listen, you're coming on really strong, but the universe wants us to be together, so I'm gonna, like, let this play itself out. Universe, get out. You don't.
This guy kept her mind, because I know I've seen him do, like, one-off bits and a bunch of different things. Like, he seemed vaguely familiar to me, but he also just reminds me of, like, Bobcat Goldthwait for some reason. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
Very eccentric. But I'm looking him up. He's been in a lot of stuff. His name is James LeGros, and but a lot of stuff, nothing, I don't even know what I recognize him from. It's probably like SVU or something like that, where he just played.
I think he is.
Yeah.
He's really good at portraying this exact character. You know, like this weird, like, you know, off the beaten path guy. And like, that is what it is. But this
off the
leads
path. That is a very nice way of putting it.
Thank you. Thank you. He's way off the path. He's found his own path. It's a creepy path, but he's on it. Mm-hmm. But this does lead us to a scene where, you know, Phoebe is going and dropping off dry cleaning, and she drops one of her garments, and Alec Baldwin swoops in to pick it up, and he says something like, you know, I don't know about you, but I feel like I was meant to pick this up. Do you believe in that sort of stuff? Oh, you're right in Phoebe's wheelhouse. I mean, Parker, here we are. Like, now we're talking, as Phoebe says. And the episode leaves off with the two of them agreeing to get a cup of coffee.
And I love that Phoebe did the same thing here that Rachel did with Joey at her work party, where she looked over, she's like, because she was going to introduce Monica, I think, to Alec Baldwin, but Monica was like obsessive over getting the spots out. She was talking to the lady who worked at the dry cleaner about cleaning the clothes and their process. And
she asked, she's like, can I watch you get this spot out? Now, Phoebe, let me just say this. You're in a room with 4 people. You just said your friend is here. Monica didn't say anything that was that insane. Like,
Shrimp toast.
You could still pull her into this conversation. You know, I felt like that was a little like, oh no, like, I don't even see her here. Like, come on, Phoebe. Like, he's not stupid. He's gonna figure it out.
Well, yeah, but Alec Baldwin, as we quickly find out, his character, he's not only quirky, he is like way more than a touch ADHD, right? Like, he is all over the place. Has no attention span for anything. Oh my god.
Just not gonna lie, love this character that we're about to encounter. But that is the end of their stay for this episode. Let's talk about Ross trying to recover his faded salmon shirt.
I'm not gonna lie, I loved this part of this episode more than I remember. I'm like, you know, a lot of this is repeated. It's like Ross on recycle. Like, I think a lot of these things were like just repeated tropes, Ross tropes that we've just seen time and time again, but they're classic and they still made me laugh. I mean, just the fact that he's showing up at Mona's and hiding behind the couch as she comes in. I'm like, is this what's his name's like Cabin in the Woods all over again? Oh my goodness. What I'm having a
Bruce Willis.
I'm having a total thank you. Bruce Willis. It's like
Elizabeth's
that moment.
dad.
with Elizabeth all over again. Paul, thank you. And yeah, literally, I mean, he was under the couch that time. This time he was behind the couch and already starting to read a magazine. Wow.
I mean, listen, this is the thing with sitcoms, right? We all love chaotic Ross. That's what we've termed it. And these are the staples of a chaotic Ross environment. He's in the spot that shouldn't be happening, that he shouldn't be in. And he got here relatively innocently, and all of a sudden, he's got to find his way out of it. And you just know he can't do it. He's never going to do it. And so,
I mean, again, it is just I cannot stress enough how in this episode we just really are hitting home, not only with chaotic Ross, but that Ross, buddy, this is why people hate you. Like, I know. My God.
No, but this is why you love Ross. This is why you love Ross.
This is why, like, he is breaking into this poor woman's apartment. Like, the fact that she didn't call the cops. I mean, my God, this is beyond. This is too. You're doing all the things, Ross.
When they discover Ross and he jumps up like, "Hello!" is best thing I've ever heard. It is funny, just the way that he's like. He tries to defend himself quickly and can't because there is no defense for this. He would have just been better off running out the door.
Eric, the part where, because we didn't remember, the Mona Ross breakup. Like, we left the building for that. We only knew that Rachel left because there was so much screaming, right? So we have the moment early on in this part of the episode where Ross is saying that he's all disappointed because he left his pink shirt or his salmon shirt at Mona's and he's all disappointed. And although we've never seen him wear the shirt, so I thought that was also funny. But he's saying, if I went back to get it, I'd be ignoring the one thing that she told me to do. Jump up my own ass and die.
Yes, well, you're ignoring it regardless. Wow. So, you know, that's one thing, I suppose.
But that is, I had never heard Mona say anything so aggressive, but I cannot blame her for being very angry. But I gotta say, Eric, Mona, girl, find a better place for your spare key. If you need a spare key, I mean...
No kidding.
There was one place that it could have been, and that's where it was. Like, she had one little, like, sconce with the light next to her door, and she actually had a key there. This was a different time, I guess, in New York City. I don't know.
It literally is. Like, because you're now just leaving the key to your apartment in a New York City apartment. You might as well leave it in the lock. Like, where else are you going to put it? This was not a smart move from Mona. At the same time, Ross, just go buy another shirt, bro. Like, it's okay. Leave that one for dead. Like, it's gone now. Like, these are the spoils of war of a breakup. Like, that one is now gone. Yeah. There is no going back to getting it. Like, them's the breaks.
And he actually could have, I feel like, even if he was noticed, he actually could have grabbed the shirt and bolted out of that apartment if he hadn't taken the approach of deciding to pull the carpet toward him, which effectively knocked over all the other furniture. I'm like, Ross.
Yeah. No, that was a bad move. Like, he could have, I don't know if he could have bolted, but he could have acquired the shirt. He could have got the shirt and waited for a moment and then taken off quickly and gotten out of there with very little evidence. That being said, that's not how we do. Ross does things in a chaotic way and decides to break everything. And I mean, listen, it is for sure a hilarious scene and one of my favorite scenes of this episode, for sure. There's no doubt about it. But
when
I mean,
Mona-
all of the decision making that went into it is wrong, which is why it's so funny.
when she says to him, Ross, what are you doing? Not touching myself, if that makes anyone less uncomfortable.
I mean, I suppose.
I don't know why. I just was like dead when I'm hearing this. I'm like, oh my god, I could not remember that he yelled that out. Like,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
kidding me?
This
Wow.
was a great Ross moment. If you like chaotic Ross, this episode has got it in spades.
But Eric, gotta say though, end of this part of the episode where
Yeah.
Mona
Yeah.
is like actually wanting to hold on to his shirt as like something to remember him by. Like she kind of is like, I preferred that she stayed angry, I guess, and was just like, Ross, you're the worst. Like the fact that I feel like started to come around. I mean, she wasn't going to get back together with him, thank God, because I had a moment where I thought
don't know.
that's what was going to happen, but
I don't know if "come around" is the right phrasing, but I think the idea is the fact that Mona then came back to the apartment, to Ross's apartment, to address the situation.
That's not a thing.
I mean,
no way.
I can see that being the sign of a very mature adult who is confident in their own situation, where they're like, listen, like, we need to know that we're done here, and you can't just be walking into my apartment.
You can't be doing that.
She tries to basically come out and say this very matter-of-factly, and Ross is going to play them okay, you're right. And she's saying like, listen, I know you still have feelings for me, and I'm always going to love you, and blah, 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 but it's not going to work. And then she grabs the shirt with like something to remember you by. Of course, Ross flips the whole scene on its head. It's like, no, takes it back.
No, I want my
No,
shirt. Like,
I was only
kind of
there
a
for
whole-
the shirt. I'm not here for this. I wasn't there for you. Like, nice try, but no.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and I think this is, though, the last time that we do see Mona. I don't think there's another Mona reappearance.
I
at all.
can't think of another Mona scene, but she is referenced in the next episode.
Oh, yes, she is. Yeah, one of your favorite lines, I think.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about Rachel and Joey.
We get a Mr. Zellner moment, which I appreciate.
Always like that. But also, this is also the Monica and Chandler section of this story for the most part, because they don't have like their own thing. They're just kind of Rachel and Joey adjacent. It's like the four of them in this, where it's really about Rachel and Joey, but Monica and Chandler, they're kind of like coaching the situation.
Yeah, they throw in this issue with the CDs not being in the right cases, and that's really all we get with Monica and Chandler, where they're
we also get Rachel walking in being like, hey, is Joey here? And Monica's like, no, I don't see Joey. Maybe he's in the sugar bowl. Hold on, Joey. Nope. They're both laughing, and Rachel's like, wow, at least I guess at least you make each other laugh, is what she says. And it's like, no.
Yeah, that was right, because Joey was hiding in the bathroom. Because he's trying to stay away. He doesn't he's not ready to confront Rachel, which I get. Like he's kind of having buyer's remorse with confessing his feelings and just kind of wishing he hadn't because of how she reacted. Although, I mean, it seemed like as far as rejections go, you couldn't have asked for a better reaction. And I don't know, because the way that we left things with them in the last episode, it's almost, I've always found this a little bit jarring, because it's like, oh, it seemed like they were hugging and
they're hugging and stuff. But as soon as they go back to their own apartments and like
he's thinking about
it, and they're thinking about the night that went by, And the next day comes. You don't think that first moment is now like a super awkward moment? Of course it is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
They
couldn't just act like nothing happened and move on.
That's right. There is absolutely no avoiding that situation. Now, they pretty much made it just this episode and then wiped it clear. So
because
they
did not want to make this a thing.
No, this was not going to be the story of the season. But the idea that Joey and Rachel are awkward around each other for an episode, fine.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, when Joey arrives at Central Perk and sees Rachel and they're all just like staring around at each other and no one knows what to say. It's yeah, we do end up getting the line from Chandler, though, may I interest you in a joke or a sarcastic comment? Because
Classic.
Not wanting to give Rachel advice, so I love that. I'm like, oh, I thought for some reason we already had that line from Chandler, but nope, it's here, and had to make note of that because I feel like that line gets circulated a lot from Chandler. But yeah, so I get it. No, you're right. We did need this awkward moment. Luckily, it is just this episode, and it's Monica though, which I think it is good advice. That Monica is offering to Rachel. We're saying just bring up anything else. You just need to change the subject. You need to talk about something that you would have just when you guys were and still are friends, like just bring something to him. And her first thought is maybe like a work problem. Although then Monica just springs on her like, hey, yeah, Rachel's been having this work problem. Here, Rachel, like you guys talk.
Why don't you tell Joey about it?
And it could have been anything. And I love so much that Joey comes back with like, oh, I thought you were going to say like it was something about your maternity leave or something. And you get this super long pause from Rachel like, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a much easier problem.
Yes. And it's like, yep, that would have been. And it's Joey that came up with it, Rachel. So, but no, the boss is trying to buy her baby. Wow, that's. But
this is where we get the clip of Joey then basically walking into Ralph Lauren, staring down Mr. Zellner and being like, "You just want to buy my friend's baby? What?" And then it all falls out. Like he comes back to the apartment. Rachel's mad because it was completely a lie, and then Joey's mad because she lied to him, and now she's got to fix this problem. Although, listen, this all gets solved very quickly because essentially Rachel goes to work and Mr. Zellner sits down with legal and very explicitly states that we are not in the baby buying business, and here's an extra month of maternity leave, and here's this pay, which is not a down payment on this or any other future baby you may have.
How did this actually work out for Rachel in the end, right? Like,
I mean, it was really a huge win for Rachel, and I love Chandler here being like, wow, like Ralph Lauren's going way out of their way to prove they're not in the baby buying business.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, it's like this is all working out really well for Rachel. The fact that she even has this job anymore, I mean, my God, how she even got hired in the first place after that whole debacle, and now she's somehow still hanging on to this job between the tag stuff and now this. I don't know. It's not making a whole lot of sense to me, but yeah, I like that we saw Mr. Zellner again because he was really fun.
I like Mr. Zellner. I think he plays very well into Rachel's brand of comedy, and it always works really well. There's good chemistry there, and his presence, which we're going to see more of. Like, I always felt like when we first see him the first time that we're now going to see him a lot, and that's not the case. We go a long time before seeing him again, and then I feel like we see him more consistently for a little while. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but we do see him in a number of episodes. There's
I was
one
kind of feeling
at the
like
beginning.
this is the last time we saw him, no?
Oh no, I think we see him a couple more times. We see him at the beginning with the interview. We see him with Tag.
Of course.
We see him. Don't we see him when she's dating like Gavin Mitchell? Like, I feel like he's involved in that whole thing.
Oh, that would make sense. I could see that. Yeah. If it is, it's just for like
because he definitely calls him Super Gavin at some point.
Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, he does. He does make another appearance. He's probably the boss that we see the most on Friends.
Ooh, good question. I don't know if that's
outside
true.
Outside of Gunther. Because he was both.
Gunther's
Rachel
not any
and
of their
Joey's boss.
Hey. Okay.
Hey now.
Okay. I don't know that that's true.
Well,
I think who's the other guy who we only see in like one episode who actually is the owner of the coffee shop?
Oh, yeah,
we see him like once.
Yeah, well, he was only in the very beginning. Although maybe I guess it's we might see Chandler's boss more. Christmas Vacation guy. We might see him at least. And even if I feel like he might be in fewer episodes, but he actually has longer screen time. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, I think
it's definitely a contest between Mr. Zellner and Chandler's boss. Man Bing.
Slapping the ass guy. Yeah, my God. How are we?
Anyway, him. And I think Joanna is in a number of episodes as well for Rachel.
Yes. Doug?
She's Doug. Doug is the name.
Doug,
yeah.
But I'm trying to think of what his last name is. Doug?
I don't know that we have a last name for Doug.
Yeah. Okay.
But between Doug, Mr. Zellner, and Joanna, I would imagine those are the bosses we see the most. I think Joanna's probably last on that list. She gets killed off pretty quickly. But we see her in a number of episodes in a row. And Doug and Mr. Zellner are like scattered over seasons.
Yeah, and Joanna was like a key character in a couple
she did
of
to Chandler.
Episodes. Yeah, exactly. Well, kind of. Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, she did. It's true.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. This is not wrong.
Break it off.
I'm not wrong about that. It happened.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It did happen.
In fact, it happened not just once but twice.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, she reappeared.
I know I'm right.
Well, Eric, I have to say though, Rachel's smartest moment in this episode though is where, because she first comes into the office and she's about to start apologizing.
Yeah.
This is all wrong. And then she ends up he's like, listen, let me go first, because he has his lawyer there, or the HR rep. And he's like, I just need to get this out. I understand, like you said, this is not your baby. And it is not my...
No, it is her baby.
It is your baby, sorry. It is your baby. It is not my baby to purchase. And that whole thing. And Rachel just ends up staying silent until he's done and is just like, well...
As long as we're on the same page.
Clear on that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And just bolts and just leaves the room, and it's like, that's the move. Like, that was the move. Do.
She won. She won by not saying anything. And by letting him detail that he is not interested in purchasing the baby. Yeah. And he's like, when I asked when the baby was due, I did not believe that I was due your baby.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I want to know what the conversation was between Legal and Mr. Zellner before that. Like, how, like, they had to break down, like, okay, what have you said to Rachel about her pregnancy at all ever? And we're going to check all the boxes.
Right. Yes, we need to, like, drill down into how this is even possible. Right.
Well, listen, this is... Though, why? This isn't the only reason why, but this is the thing where now If you are a pregnant female and very obviously pregnant, as a guy, I'm not even commenting on it. There's no chance that I'm commenting. Zero. Like, I have been in a spot where I am working with other teachers, right? I'm a teacher.
Yep.
I work with teachers where I know that they are pregnant. They know that I know that they are pregnant, and all the other women teachers around will comment and say things, and I'm just not saying anything. I'm just not gonna, because I feel like there's always going to be like an extra layer of judgment, you know? And so I feel like that's just an avenue that guys don't go down anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And it's partially because of things like this, like these sequences where it's like, oh, how long until, like, when's the baby due? And then it's like, oh, I didn't mean that I was due the baby. Like, I know it's funny, but
what?
like,
This
I feel
is
like
not
these
a real thing.
No, but like these things, like you make a comment like something along these lines and people start freaking out about it. I'm telling you. Not to the same degree that it was in Friends.
Yeah.
Not to the same, but like a social like thing.
I think the biggest issue is like people just like you never want to assume that someone is pregnant if they maybe aren't. I think that's the one that people are always cautious of, where it's like, oh, hey, when's the baby due? And they just aren't pregnant, right? So you don't want to be in that situation at all. Like just don't say anything.
Yeah, that's a wild circumstance. But in all honesty, unless you are like one of my closest friends, the odds of me saying anything is probably zero.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, I totally get that. But I'm also just really not the one to have a ton of personal conversations in general with a lot of the people that I work with. So it's like, add that to the list, I guess. But
no, I'm like, listen, I'm there to work and then move on about my day. See you later. Okay, so now we are at season 8, episode 18, The One in Massapequa, as we mentioned, The One in Massapequa.
That's right.
And this is really stemming around Judy and Jack's 35th wedding anniversary party, at which there are a number of things that we get to see. First of all, Phoebe is bringing Parker to the party. And Parker, boy, do we learn about Parker real fast.
Wow.
But aside from that, we also have at the party, Judy and Jack breaking the news to Ross and Rachel that they've just implied to everybody that they're married, because some of their friends are not so okay with the idea of having a baby not in wedlock.
This does not surprise me from Judy at all. Like,
not even a little.
What?
Like,
no, so
Judy's friends would roll in that circle for sure. So we have that. There's also, I feel like, and this episode would have been like 2002, right? This is still an of the times thought, although starting to shift out of this. And then we have Monica, who requires that she gives the speech at the anniversary party because Ross always gives the speech and he always makes them cry. And everyone's like, oh my God, your brother's so great. So Monica's going to make the speech and she's going to make them cry.
Oh, and I think
all of these things are amazing. I'm going to lie. I like all of these moments.
The Monica part is so hard for me to watch. Like, I can't.
So good.
I can't. I'm like, make it stop. Make it all be over. Like, I am one of the people in the crowd in that moment where I'm just like, what is going on? Make this crazy lady get off the stage. Like, it's bad. This is really.
Should we start with this then?
Yes.
Where with this whole thing, she's digging up pictures of a passed away dog, and she's all set and lined up, And like Chandler is offering like, hey, listen, if you want to make him cry, I could just hold him down and you could just, punch him and we can make him cry like that if that's what you really want to do.
That would have been better, I think.
It would have been, but instead she goes up there and she starts. Here's the thing. The problem with Monica's speech for all future speech givers, okay, is it's not genuine. Okay,
no, it's not.
It's factual, but it's not genuine, and
like
that's
reading
why
down bullet points.
That's why it's cringy, is because there's no actual like heart behind it, and so she's just reading off people who are dead, pets who have passed away. Here's a photo of dead animals, and when no one is crying and they're all looking at her awkwardly and she's like, anybody see Deborah Winger at the end of Terms of Endearment?
Yeah, she just wants some tears at any cost.
Like, no movie fans in here. Oh my God. And like just is falling apart at the seams. Meanwhile, Chandler's holding his hands to his ears at the table because he can't handle it anymore. And she just gives up and gives the toast. And then, of course, this is when Judy turns to Ross and says, you're not going to say anything at our 35th wedding anniversary?
Oh.
He's like, no, I'll say something. And he gets up and stands there and says, on behalf of my bride, Rachel, and I, we'd just like to say that, if we're half as happy as you guys are 35 years from now, like, we'll consider ourselves the luckiest couple on the face of the planet. And that just closes the door. Everyone's crying. Like, Jack is wishing that Nana was there to see this, which is all that Monica wanted.
Oh, my God.
I mean, listen, Ross gives a very short 2-sentence, but from the heart message. Granted, about a fictitious situation.
I was going to say it wasn't even genuine, though, to your point. It wasn't genuine. This was based on BS.
But the thought of it all is accurate. And the idea that this is a thing, the idea that Monica tried so hard to make this happen and Ross can make it happen in 30 seconds or less is what makes this super funny. I think when Ross gives the speech and everyone starts crying, it is one of the funnier moments that we've had in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, that Ross is always like winning at all the things when Monica's just trying to outshine him is like, oh gosh, it's so bad. And because Ross, their parents always just look to Ross. And so this is like another moment. But even at the end, I love the very end of this episode where even Monica is like, Ross, how do you do it? Because he is saying to her like, Nana was really there in spirit and is actually complimenting like the good parts of her speech and starts to make her cry. It's like, oh my God.
Well,
Ross.
listen, he's just being he is clearly heartfelt, and listen, it was based on a fictitious thing, the fact that they're married, but the idea that they would see happiness 35 years into the future, that is a genuine compliment and emotion, and all of that just connects, and that's why it works. Monica's just being ridiculous.
Oh,
there's nothing there.
She was talking about like orphans in Romania at one point, and
it was so
really
bad,
weird. It was I don't know. It was really bad. But Eric, one of the things that stuck out to me in this part of the episode was where Monica is telling Chandler that she's going to talk about Chi-Chi, and this is the dog that had come up before. Because remember when they were talking about how like Ross believed that Chi-Chi was actually sent to an actual farm and not euthanized? Well, apparently this dog, Monica mentioned that Chi-Chi died when they were in high school, and that just cracked me up because that gave like brand new meaning to that story. I'm picturing a high schooler Ross being told that Chi-Chi has been sent to the farm, because initially when that story was told, I'm thinking, oh, Ross is like, 8 years old or
Nah,
like
this is not surprising about Ross. Like, I can buy this about Ross.
I know, it's just funny. I'm like, oh my God,
like,
he actually believed that Chi-Chi was sent to a farm when he
was
in high school.
We've seen Ross come back from college in his like Wham outfits and stuff like that. If you could sell that to Ross as a high schooler and it would totally make sense.
Even in college, I could see it.
I think you might have.
It just gave
but
me
I also
meaning
think they also referenced it with the porch swing. Wasn't it like Chi-Chi didn't break the porch swing? Monica
did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it Chi-Chi that they referenced there? I think they might have.
No, he said Hurricane Gloria didn't.
Oh, that's right.
Hurricane
Gloria.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah,
Monica
that's my bad.
Yeah.
I was trying to find another reference for Chi-Chi. I thought that might have been it.
Yeah. I think that was the Chi-Chi reference.
Let's talk about Ross and Rachel here and their proposal and wedding and the fact that people are handing them checks for their to get their life started. They're all of a sudden all about it, and Rachel decides, hey, I'm not you. This might be the only wedding I ever have, this fake wedding. So she makes it the most elaborate wedding that's ever existed in humankind, yet only 4 guests were there, I think.
Yet, I say to that, Rachel, my dear, you've had 2 other weddings. You might not remember one of them, and you didn't fully attend the first one, but that would be your 3rd wedding. Right? Come on. For anyone else who's keeping tabs.
I would consider it her 2nd wedding.
How?
The first wedding, she didn't go to.
She was in a dress.
She got ready for it.
She didn't walk down the aisle, but
she didn't go to the wedding. She didn't go to the ceremony.
Well,
she was prepared.
Yeah,
but that was about
they did
it.
All the
and
planning.
The second one was not. I mean, it was a wedding. She was there, but she doesn't remember it. That's for sure.
I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're. No. But that being said, the idea that Rachel is making this the most glorious thing that's ever been. Stevie Wonder is there singing because he's a family friend, and they don't have any pictures because Annie Leibovitz didn't put film in the cameras, which is also a sign like, hey, film, like not a lot of people doing the film anymore. So wouldn't be an issue today. I, though, think the most touching moments from this are, again, coming from Ross.
Yeah.
Ross is then going to explain the proposal, and he gives a very genuine proposal concept of going back to the planetarium where they had their first date, and what was it? Was it The Way You Look Tonight?
The room filled with lilies, and the way you will, the way you look tonight, I guess, playing over the stereo.
Playing over the sound speaker.
Will you marry me in the stars? And I mean, this is what he was gonna do.
This was a genuine concept.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they get to the end of the episode and Rachel actually doubles down on this and says, hey, that was a great idea. How did you come up with that? And he admits he came up with it when they were dating the first time. Like, that's what I would have done. And you see her say, well, that would have been tough to say no to. Mm-hmm. And the spark, it's on. Like, this is the moment where we see the idea that Ross and Rachel is done is not really a thing.
I love how that's the moment and not the pregnancy for Rachel.
Well, listen, I think up until this moment for Rachel, it's like, oh, that was a one-time thing. That was whatever. And listen, they know that they're always just going to be connected in this way. But there's still that, like, emotional,
No, you're
am I in love with this person versus do I love this person? There's a difference between loving somebody and being in love with them. And
no,
there's...
you're right. And after I said that, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't. At the same time, I understand where Rachel's coming from, where she's like, she doesn't want them to get married because of the pregnancy. She wants them to get married if they want to get married, right? So
yes,
I totally get that thought process, and I agree with her there. It's just like, it's just funny that it's like, you'd think that maybe she'd be spending a little bit more time considering that before this moment, but I think she's realizing, you know, she's missing the romance that was there between them.
And as far as us, the Friends audience, are concerned, we have now watched her reject Joey outright.
Yeah.
So that is now off the table as far as we're concerned. As far as we're concerned at the moment, that would be off the table. And Ross coming up with this very elaborate proposal situation certainly puts a sparkle in Rachel's eye a little bit, and she is certainly, at least, I don't even want to say she's considering dating Ross, but she notices that Ross did something that she would genuinely find amazing.
Yeah. And just, I think, talking about it is like, oh yeah, like that, there was that, you know, we do have all this love between us. I guess it's just interesting and a little bit frustrating that it's like, yeah, no kidding, Rachel. Like, my God, like, you're two crazy kids.
You know, if you try to like light a lighter and there's a spark and it goes away and it like doesn't actually stay there. That's what this was. It was like, like, hey, there's something here.
Kidding.
There's something. If you give it another flick, it might actually work.
Yeah.
But listen, we've spent enough time and we have not yet talked about Parker at all. And this makes me sad because we got to talk about Parker.
Yes.
Parker he's a concrete miracle. That's what he is. He is the most...
guy... This guy would drive me... I am fully on board with Ross and Rachel when they're like, yeah, so you want to hang back so we can take our own cab? Yeah, we're going to do that. Because holy crap, I would not handle being around this guy for more than 10 seconds. I'm done.
Let me tell you what. His introduction into this episode is the most amazing guest star introduction because he walks into the apartment and Phoebe's like, oh, these are my friends. He's like, no, let me guess. Joey, Monica, Rachel, Ross, and you, I don't know, Phoebe didn't mention you. No, you're Chandler. I'm just kidding. You're my favorite one already. And it's like, holy smokes, he is speaking for the Friends audience. Like, he knows all these things. Ross says something, and he's like, classic Ross. It's like, these are people that you just met. Yet at the same time, I feel like as a Friends fan, that would be me in the room. Like, oh, you're this. I know all of you already. That's something you would totally say. Like, you're my favorite one, Chandler. Like, all of this is just coming together perfectly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he is just too much though. Like, he's, again, as I mentioned earlier, the first thing, I mean, not only is he so crazy enthusiastic about everything, but then he's just distracted by like the tiniest thing. Like, he's like, Rachel, you have life growing inside of you. And then he's like, oh, Chi-Chi. And he gets like, sees the picture of the dog. And like, wow, I don't, he's just all over the map. All over the place. That
to me was the moment when you go, oh, like when he was talking to Rachel about the pregnancy and then immediately flips to the dog picture. Right. It's like, oh man, like I can't even keep up with this guy. Like, he is just off the hook. And you get this all the way through talking about, what was it? The Long Island Expressway, calling it a concrete miracle, and like all of the different things that happened, like asking about Massapequa. He's like, is it, a land steeped in Native American culture or whatever? Ross is like, well, there's an Arby's in the shape of a teepee.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, and then them getting to the party. My God, I don't want to forget this moment. I'm going to take a mental picture. Click.
Click.
Yeah. I mean,
which is, though, when we get Ross making fun of Parker by doing the exact same thing, only for Phoebe to see Ross making fun of him. And she asks, are you guys making fun of Parker? And he's like, well, that depends. How much did you hear? And the answer is yes. And even if you heard just the last 5 seconds, you know that you are. Yes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I genuinely like the conversation between like Joey and Phoebe in this moment, where she's real bummed out about it, and like now she's walking with Parker and realizing that maybe he is too much, and she sits down with Joey, and Joey kind of says, listen, he's just like, maybe we're just being too negative, like he's just a positive guy. And she's like, yeah, and I'm a positive person. Joey's like, well, you know, not
got a
really.
Bit of an edge. Yeah.
Although I will say, this is the scene where, what was it? Phoebe is asked to eat an oyster, and so she doesn't, and just kind of like throws it on the ground. And then we find out later that Joey almost slipped on a giant booger, and he just wiped it on Chandler's coat and got the hell out of there. I have heard this scene broken down by Lisa Kudrow recently.
Yes, me
and
too.
She finds Joey to be the funniest ever in this moment. And she's not wrong. It's super funny.
Yeah, she really was cracking up about that. I found that really funny. Finding that the fact that she found it so funny made me find that scene funnier. I'm not going to lie. And, but Eric, there was the moment earlier. So when Ross was like, she overhears Ross about making fun of Parker, and then Phoebe's listen,
yes.
In my opinion, your dating record has been a who's who of dating crap. Like, it's like, and then she kind of rattles off off. Yeah.
Tag, Janice, Mona, like, and then it's a who's who of dating crap, of which point, Joey's like, geez, maybe we are being too hard on her or something like that.
Yeah.
And Ross gets to deliver what was wrong with Mona?
Yes.
To which point I argue nothing. Nothing is wrong with Mona.
Yeah. Well,
listen, Mona was out there. She already found a new guy like
that's true.
Like, she's fine.
She did. Yeah, that was funny though. Listen, Parker just is so wild to me. He is out of hand. I would not be able to handle this guy either. I don't blame the friends for making fun of him. My God, like the whole thing with the oyster tour, he's like pushing Phoebe to try new things and eat the oyster, and like basically like forcing her to eat this oyster. Then she's like, well, why don't you have one? He's, no thanks. It's like, oh my God.
That is the only point I feel like Parker's character like broke. I don't like that. I wish they had left that part out, because other than that, he was nonstop like positive energy train. The whole idea that he flipped and was like, nah, I don't want it. Like that's the only time he did something like that.
I feel like he kind of has that thing that I've heard kids call toxic positivity now, right? Where it's like you just overkill on the positive. Like, no one is this positive this much. Like, what's really going on with Parker? Like, I feel like he would just probably break down and start to bawl if you really start to pull at that thread. But because I don't know, like even at the end where Phoebe is trying to like just have a moment of quiet, right? Like she's like, all right, let's just sit and just not say anything. You know, she ends up telling him, you're like Santa on Prozac in Disneyland getting laid. Like it's just a lot. It's too much. It's too much because Phoebe, I think Joey was right that while Phoebe is oftentimes, I would say, more optimistic, like she likes to look on, you know, I think she likes to think of the positive sides of people, almost like the guy that she was dating in the last episode. Like, oh, like giving people the benefit of the doubt, like I think looking at the positive qualities of things, the things that other people might look past, right? That's where Phoebe's looking at. But also, she does have an edge, and she actually does almost have more of a dark side at the same time than a lot of the other friends. So while she maybe could relate to certain things, like looking at the positive side of Parker, I don't think that they're the same in this hyper enthusiastic state, like constantly, where he's just like a manic, like mess. I don't know what's going
Listen,
on. But
nobody is like Parker.
Oh.
Okay, no one's like Parker.
Wow.
Parker's his own beast. You can be as positive as you want to be. You still aren't going to be like Parker because he's just off the chains. Even when they had the breakup, he doubles back into the apartment like, "Isn't this the most amazing fight you've ever seen?" And she just shuts the door in his face.
Wow.
Yeah, that is... It's too much. It's too much, and it's meant to be too much. And because of that, I think this is one of the better guest star appearances that we see from a celebrity. It's not the best, but it is certainly one of my favorite, and it makes this episode far more rewatchable than other guest star episodes where I feel like they've just kind of jammed guest stars in, and Phoebe always seems to be one of the ones dealing with the guest star.
Totally.
I feel like that is
right?
a thing.
Yeah.
Like Phoebe gets dealt the guest star appearance because I feel like sometimes they don't know exactly how to put Phoebe into these episodes. Like, what's Phoebe doing?
Well, yeah, maybe that, and the fact that she is a lot more like she can just fit in a total wide range, more versatile, I feel like, than a lot of the other characters in a lot of ways.
She's easily versatile
because
the rest of them
locked in to like a storyline, right? So
you're gonna lock in Chandler and Monica to their own relationship, especially at this point. In the earlier seasons, it was you locked in Chandler and Joey, and you had Monica and Rachel. And now you lock in Chandler and Monica. You lock in Rachel and Ross as not necessarily like dating each other, but in a co-parenting situation with also them dating other people. You get Joey as this like just neighbor person. And so Phoebe listen, that's where he is right now, because then Phoebe becomes this like go out and do whatever. Like Joey is not really going out and doing whatever. At least we don't ever see it. We hear that he does this, but we never see it. Joey is in the apartment. That's where he is. He's in the apartment or he's at Central Park.
Yeah.
He's not out. I mean, there are a few times that we see him at work, but most of the time, those are the two places you're going to find Joey.
Yeah.
He's with the people.
He's a man of the people.
He is a man of the people. And I'll tell you what, I don't know where exactly we would rank Parker, because I want to do this when we get to the end of All of Friends. Like, how do the guest stars rank up? I'm telling you, he's going to be high on my list.
Well, and you had Winona Ryder as your favorite character in the ones that she was in. So we'll have to see. Maybe he's your favorite in these two. I don't know.
Her appearance was one of my favorite ones too.
She's
and great. I think the thing about her appearance is that it has like a twist ending that you're not ready for. Parker is one lane. He's 99 miles an hour down that one lane, but he is on the lane and he's very good with it. Winona Ryder changes gears. Like, she flips it around, which makes it so much more fun.
Can still hear the coconuts knocking together.
Yeah. Well, Well, now we're going to jump into our IMDb ratings segment of the podcast where we talk about our ratings and we put them up against your ratings as we find them on IMDb. Not to mention, we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite characters. So, we have episode 17, the one with the tea leaves, and episode 18, the one in Massapequa, that we're going to talk about here today. Amanda, do you want to go first with your favorite or least favorite characters? Or do you want me to go first?
Sure. I'll go first with my favorites, and then I want you to go first with the rankings.
Okay.
Because I don't want to, influence you with my rankings.
Okay. That's all right. I've got mine written down this time, and they're locked in, and I feel pretty good about them. I feel good about where I left them.
Okay. So, for my favorite and least favorite, so I went with Joey as my least favorite because he didn't do a whole lot in the second one. And the first one, I just really hate this awkward tension between
You want to buy my friend's baby?
I mean... There were definitely funny Joey moments for sure. I don't like the whole awkward tension. Whereas I think in the last one, Joey was my favorite in the last group of episodes. Loved what we saw from him there. But yeah, not my favorite here. But I went with Ross as my favorite because even though it wasn't the main storyline, and even though I did say a lot of these are like repetitious Ross tropes, still find it hilarious. Him hiding behind the couch, then reading a magazine, and then having to deal with the whole Mona of it all. And yeah, went with Ross. How about you, Eric? Who are your favorite and least favorite in these two?
Okay, so I will second what you said about Ross. Ross is my favorite character.
Oh, okay.
I think he just was in most of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm looking at this and just breaking down scenes that I really enjoyed, I really enjoy Ross hiding behind the couch trying to steal the shirt.
Right.
I really like Ross and Rachel at the end where you get that little spark between them.
Yes, exactly.
I really like Ross standing up and delivering the 4-second toast that like crushes all of Monica's stuff. Like, so all of these Ross moments were great. Like my least favorite Ross moment is him making fun of Parker.
Yeah.
But all of those things make Ross my favorite character. Mm-hmm. When it came to least favorite, I was torn. I had Joey in consideration, but it was things like what I yelled out, which is you want to buy my friend's baby? Stuff like that kept it out. Or the idea of him sitting with Phoebe being like, I slid on a giant booger, and then I just wiped it on Chandler's coat and got the hell out of there.
You know what?
Like, those moments were too good for me. Chandler's moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chandler is my least favorite. He is my least favorite, and it comes down to his best scenes were one-off lines, which...
Yeah, I get that.
Of course, he's known for. We have Chandler saying, I'm not great with the advice. Can I offer you a sarcastic comment? Which is
exactly.
a historical Chandler line.
Right.
We also have Chandler and Monica with the CDs. And then like that's kind of it. Like Chandler doesn't really make a big appearance at the 35th anniversary party. He isn't really involved in any of the storylines. So I feel like I'm not going to lie. I thought I would like Chandler more during this season when it was, okay, well, the wedding's out of the way. But now it feels like in these later seasons, like Monica is dwarfing Chandler's ability to be Chandler.
Yeah, there is some of that, right? Like Yeah.
The Chandler that we knew and loved from the first 3-4 seasons
He's now making doilies.
is not. Yeah. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's weird. And so there's just something about it where I feel like now he's the one getting left out. And I think we'll rebound. There are definitely some stretches where I can think of Chandler playing bigger parts, specifically when he is like shipped out to Tulsa. But yeah, and like when then Monica and Chandler are trying to have a baby, like there are more heavy Chandler moments coming through there. But I think right now he's just kind of lost in the shuffle.
It's actually kind of disappointing that
it is disappointing
that whole thing is disappointing, but in the moment specifically where like Monica was giving the speech at the anniversary dinner, they had this scene where like Chandler was just covering his ears because Monica was going on, and I'm like, I feel like a different version of Chandler like earlier on would have actually gotten up and been like, okay, and like taken the mic and like made some jokes himself and kind of like recovered for her. And I don't know.
Here's the thing.
It's kind of disappointing that he just sat there.
I think he did that in some we've seen him do this.
Right.
I think he's done that in previous episodes where Monica was specifically in one of them intoxicated.
Yes.
And
her birthday,
in another
30th,
situation, right. And in another situation might have just not really been comfortable doing what she was doing. Monica basically was like, no, I'm doing this. And this is how it's going to go. And so I think Chandler let her do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. It just like, dude, she's bombing. Like, get up there. I don't know.
Yep.
It just, so... Yeah, because I think that kind of goes to your point, though, about how she's kind of dwarfed him a little bit. And maybe, like, I don't know, like, he's just, he ends up playing a more passive role in their relationship, which is just interesting to think about, like, in general. And just how a lot of relationships in sitcoms go, I think, that we see, and just the different gender dynamics. But yeah, so it's I don't know. Yeah, hopefully we'll have to just keep an eye on that for the rest of this season and then throughout the rest of the series. Like, do we have more of a Chandler comeback? Because Eric, I did say I didn't want you to be swayed by my vote, but now I'm feeling like you're kind of right on about Chandler instead of Joey. I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe my
now you're feeling swayed.
I'm leaving mine alone. Not gonna I still do not like how
it's hard to go
Joey
second or hard to go first sometimes.
It is.
Okay. Okay, so here's my ratings. Now, I don't know what the IMDb ratings will be for this one. I'm really all over the map.
Same.
No, I'm not all over the map. They're not going to be the highest. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How high up are they, or are they dipping into the 7s? I don't know. I will say this. I have stood on that I think Parker is a great guest star, and I, if given the opportunity, think that is one of the episodes that I would fringe rewatch over and over. It's not like a go-to episode, but it's pretty close because I could watch the whole Monica give that horrible speech. I could watch Ross and Rachel and their like rekindling spark / fake marriage. I could watch Phoebe and Parker just go at it. I could watch that a lot. And so I think those stories are funny enough for me that I would put it over an average episode, which means I'm going to make it an 8.7.
Oh.
The lower of the two is the one with the tea leaves. I've given a number of episodes 8.2, 8.3, kind of like in that area this season. And so I'm giving this one an 8.4. I think it's probably my favorite of like the lower end Friends episodes so far. Strictly because of Ross hiding in the apartment and Joey confronting Mr. Zellner about the baby. Those things to me make that episode better. It's still less than an average Friends episode, but that's where I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, for me, even though the Parker of it all in the second episode, I mean, as much as I was like giving Alec Baldwin a hard time about not being my favorite celebrity guest, obviously he still is really funny. But to me, he's like the funny moment of that episode. The rest of it, I don't know. I don't really care about the anniversary party or care about Monica's speech. Like, it was just really cringy at different points.
Yeah, but listen, that sort of cringy is the same as, to me, one of my favorite episodes of The Office is when Michael Scott has got when he's got all the computers and then he's like, no, computer bags or whatever, when he was supposed to like pay for all of their college tuitions.
That is cringe on a whole other planet compared to this.
It is. But this moment is like that. Like, it is a train wreck that you can't take your eyes off.
Cannot look away.
And it's not something that Friends does often, to be fair.
No, but I actually liked, and I feel like, Eric, we don't do this that often. Usually our ratings are a little bit different, but we have the same one on the higher side. But I actually gave the one with the tea leaves a higher rating.
Okay.
But I gave that one an 8.3. And I gave the one in Massapequa an 8.0. So neither of them fell into the 7s for me, but I just feel like I liked all 3 of the storylines in the first one. You know, I definitely had like laugh out loud moments. I feel like with the Mona, the shirt thing, as well as the Joey having to yell at Mr. Zellner about the baby buying business, and then Phoebe with the going on the awkward date was definitely really bad, but honestly, even the moment where she had to like run out from that date was still pretty funny, even though it was really bad. So I gave that one an 8.3. So neither of these were in like the 8.5 and above for me, but I like that one a little bit more.
Well, the fans are a lot closer to your ratings, but they are in the order of my episodes. So we'll start with the higher rated one of the fans. I gave the one in Massapequa an 8.7. You gave it an 8. The fans gave it an 8. They also gave it an 8. Which though means the one with the tea leaves, I gave an 8.4. You gave an 8.3. The fans gave it a 7.9.
Okay. I could see that.
I don't know if I totally agree with that being in the 7s.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the aftermath of Joey and Rachel, I think the fans are right there with Joey and Rachel, where everyone's like, wait, what do we do now? How do we act? What's happening here? Well, this is very weird. I think people don't know what to do with that, right?
So let's put it like this. Season 7, we went through, and it was a lot of low 8s ratings. Like, there were not many high 8s. There were no 9s from IMDb until the season finale. 24 episodes without a 9.
Crazy.
You gave it a 9 halfway through on the Holiday Armadillo.
Yes. Come on, people.
After the season finale, episode 24 of season 7, from there until season 8, episode 9, IMDb had given 4 9s or better.
Wow.
Out of 10 episodes. 4 9s or better. And 3 8.6s, where I had also given 4 with an 8.9, an 8.8, and another 8.9. You had given 3 9s with a number of 8.8s, 8.7, 8.6. Right? We're now into a lull, though, since Brad Pitt's appearance, where the highest score from IMDb is an 8.4 in the last 10 episodes.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, we've been in a run of low-rated episodes by the people. And to be fair, the only two that stood out to me were the one with the birthing video and the one in Massapequa. And you had two. They were the one with the birthing video and the one where Joey tells Rachel.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, there's not a lot of super high-end episodes here that we're running through. So when it comes down to like these episodes, I know before we even started this podcast, I said to you, I'm really interested as to where the people put these, because I think these are going to be, it could be anywhere, but I knew the high end was out. Now I'm looking forward. The rest of season 8 has got the one with Joey's interview, the one with the baby shower, the one with the cooking class, the one where Rachel is late, and the one where Rachel has a baby, part 1 and 2. And that's the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like we're ending season 8 on a pretty low note until we get to the finale.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how people are gonna respond to those Rachel has a baby, part 1 and part 2. Also, I'm curious to see what people are going to think about those, because they're a bit all over the place. I don't know.
I will say that in general, the series finales have done pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just looking back. Not always a 9, but a lot of times a 9. So I would expect at least where Rachel has a baby, part 2, to hit close to a 9 or so. But a lot of these other ones, like, I think getting above an 8.5 is a huge win, and we'll see. We'll see what the people bring out.
At the very least, we're gonna have some really funny Jack Geller moments. I do know that.
Oh, there's going to be plenty of funny moments in general. The question is, how highly do we rate them? And I'll say this. I feel like this may have something to do with the fact that Chandler's been nerfed for 2 seasons. Like, he's just not the same guy.
But we'll get there, and definitely look forward to talking about them. Although I'm pretty sure that the next one, the one with Joey's interview, is a flashback episode, so we'll have to address that somehow. But I think that if my memory serves me, I think we just get a bunch of Joey flashbacks there. But look forward to talking about it.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please check out our socials, Instagram, YouTube, wherever else you can find us on social media. We're out there. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, repost, share, do all the fun stuff that you like to do on social media. We really appreciate all the support we've seen there. At the same time, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you could leave us a 5-star rating, we would genuinely appreciate that as well. Don't forget, you can find us on Patreon as well at We Run on Reruns for our free content that you can find there, if that's where you like to listen to podcasts. For Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching Friends episodes 19 and 20 next week. That is the one with Joey's interview and the one with the baby shower. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you later, guys.